What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cap Show. What a weekend for NFL football. Not the best week for my picks. Went 9-6 overall. Really some toss-up games. I told you the upset alert game was the Chargers versus Kansas City. I can't believe, really, Kansas City starting off the way they are this year, right? Really the Super Bowl hangover, and ever since they lost to Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl, they really haven't looked the same. They really haven't. Their defense is really suspect, and really opponents get pressure on Mahomes where it's like, I really can't believe that. But honestly, my Indianapolis Colts is what I expected. Went 3 for 3 on them in the first 3 weeks, and I knew they were going to lose every game. It's what I expected with the Colts. When you make mistakes in the draft year after year for the past decade, you got to look at Indianapolis Colts higher ups and say, why we continue to make the same mistakes? Why are we continuing to, release good quarterbacks and really get these average at best quarterbacks? Would I say Carson Wentz is average quarterback? Right now, yes. I don't think he's 100%, though. I do believe if Carson Wentz was 100%, yes, he would be a great quarterback. But, not a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. It's just the Colts, they would be better with Jacoby right now. Honestly, we saw what happened in the overtime game, which was crazy. But, Carson Wentz went 19 for 37, but it wasn't enough. Ryan Tannehill, 3 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, 28 carries over 100 yards. When Derrick Henry rushes over 100 yards, chances are Tennessee's going to beat anybody in the NFL. That's just who they are. That's their DNA. They're going to run on you and run at will. And they have the best running back in the NFL, so it makes sense for that. And what's crazy about how the Colts lost is the Tennessee Titans had 3 turnovers. 3 turnovers, and yet they still won the game. Isn't that crazy? This is the big leagues. This is the NFL, and they're turning the ball over, and the Colts can't capitalize on it. It goes to show you that the Indianapolis Colts are not ready for the season, and the Indianapolis Colts will miss the playoffs this year. And me being a diehard Colts fan, have to look at reality and say, look, dude, they're done. They are done this year. I would love to see them come back and make that, great comeback, but it's just, I don't think it's going to happen. I'm looking at them right now. It's just the Colts, they're trash, dude. They really are. And I hate to say that. But the Indianapolis Colts season for the playoff hopes, they're gone. You got the Buffalo Bills, you got the Baltimore Ravens, Kansas City. It's over for the Colts. I'm sorry about that, but what a win for Tennessee. I told you guys Tennessee was going to do their thing, and I told you the spread. I would have easily took the 5.5. I even gave you guys 10 points on that. So, what a game. Tennessee, they won. And then we got the Saints versus the Patriots. I picked the Patriots. I thought they'd come out a little better, but the Patriots are who they really are. They're an average at best team. They let go of the go, and look at them now. Missed the playoffs last year, and this year really below 500. And I just feel like they put so much pressure on Mac Jones, who is really, a backup quarterback, at Bama for a long time. Threw 3 picks this game, against the Saints. And let me give credit when credit is due to Jameis Winston. Sometimes, I like to poke fun at Winston, but look, he balled out. He made it definitely a lucky throw. He was getting sacked, dude, on like the 10-yard line and just threw it up. It was pure luck. To say that was talent or skill, that would be ignorant. He just threw up a miracle, and the receiver caught it for the touchdown, which was crazy. But, Winston is balling out. 128 yards this game with 2 touchdowns. And Kamara, he had a good game. Tyson Hill, he had 32 yards rushing and a touchdown. So the Saints are clicking right now on all cylinders, and that starts with Jameis Winston, their quarterback. So give credit when credit is due. For the Patriots, it's going to be another long season, and I do think they're going to miss the playoffs yet again. Isn't that crazy? This week they got the GOAT coming in, Tom Brady. It's going to be great. I can't wait to see that game. And I think, for Bill Belichick, he's looking at this like a playoff game. Why wouldn't he, right? You let go of the GOAT, and people in New England understand that. Tom Brady's a little bit more valuable than Bill Belichick. That's just the reality of it, right? Tom Brady's making the plays. Bill Belichick, yes, a great coach, a Hall of Fame coach. I'll give him that. But, at the end of the day, say the players are making the plays, okay? It was Tom Brady who led them in the comeback, okay, in the Super Bowl against Seattle. They were down by 2 possessions in the fourth quarter. It was Tom Brady who led them back, not Bill Belichick. And then we go back to the 2016 Super Bowl when the Atlanta Falcons are up 28-3. It was Tom Brady, not just strictly Tom Brady, but obviously the New England Patriots defense, but Tom Brady led them back in that fourth quarter, which is crazy. So I can't wait for that. But the Patriots, they're done. I don't think they'll make the playoffs. If they do, they're going to get bounced out in the wild card. So that's that. Hats off to the Saints, man. What a game. Seattle versus Minnesota. I thought Seattle would play him a little better. That's why I went Seattle, but hey, hats off to Kirk Cousins, man. He ended up balling out this game, and really it was one of the things where it's like, I can't believe it, man. Kirk Cousins, 323 yards and 3 touchdowns. I mean, dude, when Kirk Cousins balling out like that and no picks, chances are Minnesota's going to win every single game. Let's be honest here. And they do have a stout defense, nice defense, and a great running game. So I think when Kirk Cousins is playing well and Minnesota's running the ball great, dude, they can beat anybody. Russell Wilson had a pretty good game, almost 300 yards passing and a touchdown. DK Metcalf, over 100 yards receiving with 1 touchdown. It just wasn't enough. We saw Tyler Lockett get hurt. I think he'll bounce back. But, for Seattle, it's kind of like a rocky start. And Russell Wilson, I do think Seattle will bounce back. For Minnesota, I think this was a really important win for them, instead of going 0-3. So, what a win for Minnesota. Hats off to Kirk Cousins and the Vikings. They are rolling right now. Then we had the Bills, man, winning the blowout. I told you guys to go heavy on the Bills. Shout out to Josh Allen. Like I said, this guy has improved year in and week out. Every time he's on the field, dude, he continues to get better, man. 4 touchdowns. I mean, crazy. 358 yards passing. I'm telling you what, the Buffalo Bills, they will make the playoffs again. They'll make some noise just like they did last year. I can't wait to see what the future holds for the Bills. I'm excited for them. I really am. I think, when Josh Allen first got to Buffalo, it was a question mark for me. It was like, I don't know. I don't know about it. But now I realize, hey, Josh Allen is a future superstar in the NFL. He is 100% a future superstar quarterback in the NFL. You guys mark my words. Big win for them, man. And Cole Beasley, balled out. 11 receptions, 98 receiving yards. All the players are clicking for the Buffalo Bills. And obviously they didn't play like a great team either. Okay, we have to understand that. But great win for the Buffalo Bills. Then we had the Browns beat the Bears. I told you guys to go heavy on the Browns there at home. I think Baker was clicking. I just think, for the Bears, it's one of them things where it's like, dude, for Justin Fields, he's got to, really just get the groove. And I just think them starting Andy Dalton week 1 really was just kind of out of sync. I think if Justin Fields would have just rolled with the punches and went in week 1 as a starter, I think that would have been so much better for him. I really do. Now it's like, Andy Dalton might come back now and all this other jazz. It's like, man, you guys drafted Justin Fields for a reason. Give him a shot, man. There's a couple games here and there. Don't even compare him to Mitch Trubisky, okay? That dude is trash. Okay, I do believe in Justin Fields. I really do. I think he has the potential and the talent to really overcome what's going on in Chicago right now. So, but hey, for the Browns, though, OBJ is back. That is huge. He had 5 receptions, 77 yards. Kareem Hunt, 81 yards and a touchdown. They're clicking. Nick Chubb, 84 yards rushing. Baker, a touchdown. So I think for the Browns, man, hey, I really do think they're going to make some noise this year. Crazy, right? But they got this talent, dude. They got the talent and the players and the skills to do that. So I can't wait, man. I love the Browns, what they're doing right now. Big win for them, and really was an easy win for the Browns. And obviously the biggest game, man, probably the craziest game, was definitely the Baltimore Ravens and the Detroit Lions. What a game, right? We go to the fourth quarter, and really it looked like Baltimore was going to run away with it, and then Detroit came back, and they were up by 2, right? And the Ravens had 4th and 19. And I don't know why Detroit only rushed 3. I think you got to put pressure on Lamar to have him just throw a bad pass. But they only rushed 3, and Lamar completed the pass to Sammy Watkins. And really, that was the game right there, right? So he completed that, but what they missed was the delay of game. The clock ran to 0, and they let Lamar snap the ball, and he threw it out of bounds and stopped the clock. And that's when Justin Tucker came in and hit an NFL 66-yard kick, dude. It was crazy. It's like, and I said before he kicked it, I said, if anybody breaks the NFL record, it is Justin Tucker. 100%, dude. I mean, this guy, dude, he's probably the GOAT, man. He's a Super Bowl champion back in 2013. He came into the league in 2012, and really, he's been killing it, dude. He has been killing it right now. He only missed 30 kicks out of like 321. Crazy, right? It is insane, but hitting a 66-yard field goal for the game, not even in your home stadium. And he said during warm-ups 3 hours before the game, he missed a 65-yard field goal. He came up short, and then he hit a 66-yard field goal for the game, and the Ravens players went crazy. I kind of do feel bad for the Detroit Lions because there definitely should have been a delay of game, a 5-yard penalty on the Ravens to where, Justin Fields would have never even had that kick a possibility. A 71-yarder, clearly he would have went short. He hit the crossbar on the 66-yard field goal, NFL record. Crazy, dude. I loved it. Hey, Justin Tucker, man, that might cement him right there. I mean, 66 yards, that was like over the logo. That is crazy, dude. And the way he did it wasn't like it was just a normal kick. He like kind of stutter stepped and then went into it, gave him a little boost. And I think that's really prevailed the Ravens. And this was a huge win for the Ravens. Starting week 1 with that crazy overtime game. I'm telling you what, the Ravens, and then they beat Kansas City. Then this crazy game, I thought the Ravens should have definitely won this game in certain areas where they made a couple mental mistakes. Lamar did, but hey, they won the game, dude. And that's all that matters in the NFL is getting W's. It doesn't matter if you win by a lot or little. No matter what it is, I'm telling you what, Baltimore Ravens are battle-tested. And if Baltimore Ravens go into the playoffs with home field advantage, they are going to be dangerous to beat. 100% with Lamar Jackson, dude. They are rolling, man. Shout out to Justin Tucker. What a game. And obviously the upset alert game I was telling you guys about, Chargers, Kansas City. Kansas City, they're just not looking the same right now. I think, really it's just out of sync right now. I think Mahomes is just trying to hit the home run every play. I think Kansas City, they got to slow it down sometimes. They really do. It sounds crazy, right? But kind of slow down. Go back to the basics, and then you guys can hit that home run ball that you guys are so used to. I just think they kind of get impatient offensively. And we're seeing teams now kind of rush forward and get pressure on Mahomes so they can keep guys back. And double team Kelsey, whatever the case is. I just think Kansas City right now, they're out of sync. Andy Reid went to the hospital after the game. I hope he's all right. I just think, man, with Kansas City, they are beatable, and I think their defense, Tyrann Mathieu a great safety, but who else do they really have right now? I think they're getting exploited on that side of the ball, but, hats off to Justin Herbert, dude. 281 yards passing with 4 touchdowns. Mike Williams, he had 7 receptions, 122 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mike Williams, he's a champion. Played at Clemson, won the 2017 national championship game against Alabama. And without him, they would have not beat Bama that game. He straight killed it that game. I'm telling you what, Mike Williams, he's a future superstar receiver, 100%. I'm not just saying that because he had a good game. I remember watching him in that championship game, caught crazy passes, really some key passes against Bama in that national championship game, which really prevailed them. But, for the Justin Herbert, man, let's give him some respect. And I think a lot of people just kind of ignored him, right? It was just like, who's this guy? Who's this kid? Like, he's no good and all this stuff. I just think, man, let's give him a little credit here. 4 touchdowns against Kansas City. That's not a cakewalk anymore. It's really not. So, big win for them. Then we had Atlanta Falcons versus the Giants. The New York Giants. To me, look, I picked the Giants. I thought they'd win. We saw Saquon Barkley. He scored a touchdown, did pretty well. Daniel Jones did pretty decent. But I think, the difference was Atlanta, Matt Ryan. He stepped up, had 2 touchdowns. Shout out to Young Ho Koo, the kicker who hit a 40-yard field goal for the game. Really awesome. His story's great. Back in 2017, he was released because he missed a couple field goals. He never gave up, and now he hit a game-winning field goal, man. Shout out to Koo, man. What a G. Atlanta prevails. Big win for them. Then we got Cincinnati Bagels beating Pittsburgh Steelers. I knew this game would be close. I went Pittsburgh because they were playing at home. I just thought it would be a super close game. I knew it would, but really Cincinnati pulled away from it. And shout out to Joe Burrow, dude. 3 touchdowns, only 1 pick. Jamar Chase, 4 receptions, 65 yards and 2 touchdowns. Those two play together at LSU. They got the connection. I think Cincinnati, they got something going right now. Cincinnati Bengals. All the Cincinnati Bengal fans, they should be hyped right now. They should thank Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, superstar, dude. I'm telling you, dude, the Bengals, who would have thought? Who would have thought the preseason this year saying, you know what, the Bengals could possibly be a playoff team? No one would have thought that. I know it's a little early right now. I understand it's week 3. I get that. But the way Joe Burrow's playing, the way Cincinnati's defense is playing too, dude, I'm telling you what, dude, I would love to see Cincinnati Bengals get in the playoffs. That would be huge. That would be huge for the NFL because for so long the Bengals have been trash, dude. They really have. Let's just be honest here. You know, the truth is a force of nature. You know, words of Donald Trump. I don't care if you hate him or love him, whatever. But, dude, I'm telling you what right now. The Bengals, dude, I love it when they're winning. And I love it when they really beat Pittsburgh Steelers. I think for the Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger, his time's up. I really do. I just think he's fallen off. I think, obviously, this is his last year in the NFL. I truly believe that. It's just everything's slowing down for Ben. It really is. Just like his release, just everything. He looks like an injured guy playing quarterback right now, dude. It's just really uncomfortable to watch, right? I mean, dude, it's like he's in slow motion, dude. It's like he's playing in mud. And while everyone else is on turf, you know, brand new fresh cleats. It's just, it's really sad to watch, you know, for Pittsburgh Steelers fans and Mike Tomlin. But they will turn it around. You know, they're the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know, they're multiple Super Bowl champions, so they will turn it around. But big win for Cincinnati Bagels. I love it, dude. And then another crazy game was Arizona versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Yes, Trevor Lawrence threw a pick 6. Really some learning curves, you know, and they're winless right now. I think it's definitely a slow start, definitely for Urban Meyer, you know, and really, you know, what was crazy about it, before the half ended, the Arizona Cardinals kicked a 68-yard field goal, and then it backfired. They returned it 109 yards, NFL record, which is crazy. So many NFL records were broken this weekend, right? That is just amazing to me, you know, but Kyler Murray stepped up to the plate, 316 yards passing. A.J. Green, 5 receptions, 112 yards. I just think for Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence, reality setting in right now, and Urban Meyer. It's just, you know, 0-3 right now. You guys got to go back to the drawing board and just get it done. That's all you guys got to do. You got to get it done in week 4. You know, you guys don't want to go into the season 0-4. That's what I do know. 0-3 is pretty bad, but 0-4 is terrible. 0-5, you guys are not going to make the playoffs. So I think for Jacksonville, go back to the basics. Trevor Lawrence just needs to work on some things. He threw that pick 6, and which really, like, he didn't even need to throw that. You know, he could have scrambled a little longer and really developed the play a couple extra seconds. I just think he just threw it because he saw the guy, but it's just the NFL so quick. And this isn't college where you can, like, throw it on different teams, you know, teams that aren't even ranked in the top 25, right? I just think NFL, it's really a slow process. And Payne threw a lot of picks in his first season in the NFL. So I think Trevor Lawrence is just really adapting to the NFL right now. Urban Meyer's learning. So I think Jacksonville, they got a lot to go. But Arizona, man, dude, I'm telling you what, Arizona and the Rams undefeated. Dude, this is crazy, man. Shout out to Arizona Cardinals, big win. Then we got the Broncos shutting out the Jets. The Jets are trash. I mean, let's be honest here. Zach Wilson, you know, another learning curve. 2 interceptions, dude. He's throwing more interceptions than touchdowns this year. I don't know what the Jets are going to do. I don't think give up on them yet, but, you know, hey, you got a lot of bigs, bro. You know, this is the NFL. This is not college. It's not BYU. I just think this is a reality check for Zach Wilson to really say, hey, I need to look at film more. I need to learn from my mistakes and continue to get better week in and week out. That's what Zach Wilson and the Jets need to do. But the Broncos, they are rolling. Teddy Bridgewater, 235 yards. Melvin Gordon, 61 yards rushing and a touchdown. Dude, and a shutout. I'm telling you what, dude, the Broncos are nice. And Teddy Bridgewater, top 5 quarterback in the NFL. Like I told you guys, I just think what the Broncos are doing right now, everyone's kind of just ignoring the Broncos. That's crazy, dude. But, hey, they're on the map right now because of Teddy Bridgewater. His poise in the pocket, his ability to see the check down receivers. I'm telling you what, Teddy Bridgewater's Broncos, they're going to be a scary team. What a win for them. Then we had we had a lot of crazy games, but shout out to the Las Vegas Raiders beating the Miami Dolphins. But more importantly, Miami Dolphins never gave up. There were so many chances where they should have lost that game, and the Las Vegas Raiders, you know, rough the passer, just unadvised plays that really should have never gave Miami a chance. But Jacoby never gave up, you know, played with the Colts last year. I just think, you know, with what they're going right now, the Raiders are on something, dude. This is their first time starting 3-0 in 19 years. And when they did that, they went to the Super Bowl, dude. Crazy, dude. I'm telling you what, Derek Carr, what a season to start. 386 yards, 2 touchdowns. I'm telling you what, dude, they are nice, man. They're just rolling. They are rolling, and I think they're probably the hottest team right now. And I know there's a lot of undefeated teams in the NFL, but the Las Vegas Raiders, the way they are winning, two wins in overtime this year. They are battle tested, and they had to do it the whole clock. So I think, for John Gruden and the Las Vegas Raiders, you guys are playing well, but I think there are some ins and outs that they need to fix. Giving up plays late game to Miami where you guys should have sealed the deal. It was like 4th and long, and they let Miami convert to even have a shot. And then they got the 2-point conversion. It was crazy. It would have been a disaster if the Raiders lost this game, but I think John Gruden understands, hey, we don't need to blow games in the NFL because that could cost us the season. Really, these games right here, these overtime wins will definitely pay dividends for the Las Vegas Raiders. They 100% will. What a win for them. Then we had another upset game that I told you guys to probably go with was the Bucs against the Rams. And the Rams right now, hey, shout out to Matt Stafford, probably the MVP right now of the NFL. He's balling out. 4 touchdowns, 343 yards. They're clicking on all cylinders. Cooper Kupp, 96 yards with 2 touchdowns. Deshaun Watson, Deshaun Jackson, not Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Jackson, 3 receptions, 120 yards, and a touchdown. I'm telling you what, dude, the Rams are silly nice. They are good, dude. They're probably the best team right now in the NFL. If we were to rank the teams, the Rams are number 1. They just beat the defending champions. They defeat the defending Super Bowl champions for a reason. Tom Brady only won 1 touchdown, and Gronk got hurt. Mike Evans, he had 8 receptions, over 100 yards. I just think this was the game for Tampa to really lose. Like I was telling you guys before the game, Antonio Brown out, Pierre Paul out. I just thought, all the dice was against. All the cards was against the Bucs. It really was. And for the Rams, this was their game. And they just came out with more tenacity, more energy than the Bucs. And I just think they wanted a little more. I really did. And Matt Stafford is on a roll right now. And the Rams have something going. They 100% do. So I can't wait to see the Rams, Arizona. That whole division is just stupid nice, dude. They really are. So I can't wait. Big win for the Rams. What a upset. And really, the Bucs were favored that game. Then we had Green Bay versus 49ers. I told you guys to go Green Bay. 49ers were 3-point favorites. I just think for Aaron Rodgers, he played a great game, okay? 261 yards and 2 touchdowns. I just think for Green Bay, some of their defense, it was just like, how did, Jimmy Garoppolo throw those type of passes really? Why did it have to come down to, Mason Crosby hitting a game-winning field goal? It should have never came down to that. It should have been, Green Bay should have had this in the bag. He shouldn't even had to have a game-winning field goal to do. It should have been vice versa. I just think, they just treated Aaron Rodgers differently, dude. They really did in the past offseason, the past couple years. And I feel for Aaron Rodgers, feeling some type of way, right? Drafting another quarterback instead of, drafting an offensive lineman, a running back, or another receiver. Like, come on. But, shout out to Devontae Adams, 12 receptions, 132 yards, and a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers, dude, top 2 quarterback. Him and Tom Brady, they are the top quarterbacks in the NFL right now. But for me, Jimmy G, he had a good game. Two touchdowns. Trey Sherman, 10 carries, 31 yards, and a touchdown. Ohio State cat. Look, 49ers are nice. I just thought Green Bay, this was a huge win. And we saw Aaron Rodgers celebrate after the game. And really, we haven't seen a lot of emotion from Aaron Rodgers, right? It was just kind of like going through the motions to him. It was kind of just like being like an AI. Just no human behavior, no human emotion, dude. It was just like straight face, like I'm not going to show any emotion. But he was geeked after, Mason Crosby hit that game 51-yard field goal for the game. And that was huge for the Packers. Coming off week 1, that disaster loss, that blowout loss, in them winning 2 straight, this is huge for Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers. I think, for them, they continue to win, continue to play well. For Aaron Rodgers, the thing is with him, protect Aaron Rodgers. Long term, they will go deep in the playoffs this year. I cannot wait. Then we had the Monday Night Football game. Hats off to Peyton and Eli having some guests on. That was great. But what a win for Dallas Cowboys. I told you guys to go heavy on the Cowboys. 3.5 was the favorite. I was the cover. I even said, like, damn, you could even win 13 on this one. And really, the Dallas Cowboys beat them tremendously. They did. They were flying on all cylinders. Dak Prescott, 3 touchdowns. Zeke, 2 touchdowns. And we saw, Diggs get that pick 6, against Jalen Hurts. A lot of Alabama players on that field tonight, which was great, right? It just goes to show you Alabama produces the best college football players. They really do, year in and year out for the past decade. But for the Dallas Cowboys, this is huge. Defensively, they are a different defense than we've seen before. They're flying to the ball. Their safeties and cornerbacks are playing great. I love what the Dallas Cowboys are doing. And really, Dak Prescott, he's poised in the pocket, doesn't panic like he first came in the league. So for the Cowboys, hey, I don't want to jump to conclusions yet because every year the Cowboys have all this hype and all this talent, then they ended up losing a big game. But I do think the Dallas Cowboys are a different team right now. They 100% are. I think, with them, it's going to be great to see. There's a lot of teams right now that could be beat. But the Dallas Cowboys, the way they're playing, I can't wait to see what happens. But obviously, the upset game of the week was definitely the Chargers over Kansas City. What a game. And I think for Kansas City, it's back to the X's and O's. And don't be so impatient. Obviously, they have a great offense. Tyreek Hill, those guys, I just think, Tyreek Hill, he's going to get doubled every time. So there's going to be another receiver open. And we're hearing speculations that Josh Gordon is going to come back and get reinstated and play for the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's going to be good for them. But, what a week. Like I said, I went 9-6. Wasn't too good. But, hey, the NFL, any given Sunday, anything can happen, baby. You just never know. It's the Clown with Cam show. Let's go!